The following is a presentation of Stewed Productions.
Hello, everybody. Josh here. This is where I ramble on about my Patreon page and say if you love this show and if you love Texas craft beer and want to help support that delicious craft beer, Texas craft beer audio, you can help support this show, InterBrews, by going to our Patreon page. Click the link below on the website or go to patreon.com/InterBrews or interbrews.com/Patreon, and that'll take you there for as little as $1 an episode. You too can keep this ship afloat. So, there I said it. Let's get on to the show. I think I'm going to hit this again because I think it sounds better when you have a little deal.
The following is a presentation of Stewed Productions.
Hey, this is Kriss.
This is Caleb.
This is Bianca, and you're listening to InterBrews.
This is InterBrews.
Like you've done it 1,000 times. That was spot on.
Beginner's luck.
Bianca, welcome for the first time ever to InterBrews.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Kriss, Caleb, old timers. You've been here 1,000 times, or a couple of times, or a handful of times.
One or two,
Yeah. So welcome back. We're back at BAKFish, finally,
Hey,
in
appreciate you
person.
coming out.
Thank you for having me. It's been the better part of 2 months trying to get this show. We had to reschedule due to hurricanes, bad backs, sick kids, and locusts. I don't remember what. I don't remember what all it was, but. Anyway, we're here in the flesh, in person, across the table from one another with beers in front of us, and just ready to talk some BAKFish awesomeness. Caleb.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back, sir.
Thank you.
It's good to be sitting across the table from you.
It is.
Yeah. Last time we spoke, which was just a few weeks
Yeah, it
ago,
was just
but I mean, like in person,
Mm-hmm.
you weren't at BAKFish. Now you're at BAKFish.
That I am.
So, awesome. What's up? How's life?
Life's great. You know, just enjoying my time here at BAKFish.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kriss, how's your life?
Doing well.
Good.
Yep.
You were here last time I was here,
Yes.
but
Yep.
I'm glad.
And, change happens.
change
So,
happens, and it's a good thing, and great beer is made. Bianca, how's your life? I mean, just is life good?
Life's great. Living the dream.
All right, well, let's talk some BAKFish. I have a wide array of, I was going to say colors, but colors and non-colors, crystal clear.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Clear is a color, right?
Clear is I think so.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's similar to your color.
Yeah. Pale?
Transparent. Yeah, I'm right there. My darkest color is blue. When people are like,
I don't see the sun, so.
Yeah.
I'm in the dungeon
Working
in the
too
back.
hard.
well, okay, so what is this clear elixir in front of me? What is this?
Oh, that would be our hard seltzer.
Hard seltzer?
Yes.
Called Swim Shady.
Hey, that's citrusy and splashy and light and nice.
Yep. It's one of those weird things where it started out, I was going to one extreme of, let's make a beer that doesn't taste like beer. And as we started going through this, it's been months and probably close to a year in the making that we've been working on this.
Yeah.
Where I was trying to, just make the lightest, least flavorful thing I could find, possibly make. And then I found out about these seltzers. I'm like, oh, we can just do that.
It's
So
what's the ABV on this?
4.75.
That's not bad.
Well, one of the earlier versions we had was like 5.5, and we're just going to kill people by the pool because it goes down way too easy.
That's what I'm saying. This seems like an in between. Like, yeah, this is poolside. This is I just ran a 5K.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't. That's obviously false.
I'm having breakfast.
Yes. You could. I don't know. Yeah, that's. It's just super clean, and it's like a hard seltzer. It's crisp and delicious.
Yep.
So
Yep.
It will sneak up on you, too.
This is all I drink now while I'm working.
really,
Yeah.
while you're working.
Yeah,
Well-
exactly. That's what I was about to say.
Promote the product.
Oh, you mean like out doing like brewery events and things?
We have a keg set up
Yeah.
next to our desk.
We have events here in the tap room. This is what I'll drink.
The schedule
Just
gets a
light.
little, off by the end of the day. Those lines on that spreadsheet start to
Start
yeah.
crossing.
Okay, so we have two. We'll get
Yep.
to. What is this other one? Does that say coconut lime? Or is
Mojito.
is this this one?
That's the other one. Yep.
This one?
Yep.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. All right.
The first one you had there was the passion fruit
wow.
guava, so it stays on the fruitier side of things.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Oh, that's really good.
I know that one's my favorite, the coconut lime
You
mojito.
would not imagine how many times it took us to come up, get this right. This is a very complicated thing to make.
Go on.
Because we thought, whenever I started here back in May, Kriss hit me with this project. He's like, make this right. So I've been playing ever since. And just changing this, changing that, different yeast strains, different percentages on ingredients. This is probably the hardest thing recipe I've ever came out with beer-wise.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing to hide behind at all.
No.
I mean, people talk about try to brew a light beer. This is even
Lighter than light.
Yeah. It's just out there. It's like singing a cappella with no what was it? Auto tune or anything.
It's walking a tight line, with no net.
Yeah.
You have nothing to catch you.
It's okay. So, knowing your past, coconut lime mojito, that I've seen you dabble in that realm before.
We chose the flavors. Like Kriss said, we've been working on this for a long time. So we actually had a test group come in and try a variety, I believe up to 10 flavors.
Yep.
And based on what they said, that's how we chose passion fruit guava and coconut lime mojito.
Well, I'll say this: coconut, especially in this medium, I guess we'll call it a medium. I bet you that's got to be tough. You just said it was tough, but coconut's one of those ones where, marketing being what it is and being this close to the beach and everything, compared to where I'm an hour and a half up the road. So this is super close. Too much, and it's like trying to drink suntan oil or something like that, or the lime could overpower. You want the so. I don't know. It's delicate, but you get it all. Yeah, that's perfect. I want to sit on the beach and drink that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yep.
I have.
That's no, that's perfect. It's perfect.
We
light, crisp.
actually just did a candy and beer pairing for Halloween, and we paired it with Almond Joy. That literally, if you close your eyes, you feel like you are at the beach with that one.
Yeah.
It's so great.
Yeah, I wouldn't even have thought about that. The chocolate and the coconut and all
It just
that.
cleans
it
your
was
tongue right off.
Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
perfect pairing.
Well, that's the thing. Is this is a knock on wine because there's nobody that represents wine here to defend themselves. But beer is superior with chocolate because of the carbonation.
Yep.
Chocolate it's thick and has the fat and it coats and it weird when you're talking about the inside of your mouth and being coated, and it's just kind of weird and gross to think about. But
It's true.
The beer comes along and then just bubbles and lifts it all away, and the flavors can marry together and that sort of thing. But here, you have it's like, I don't know, it's almost like a coconut lime flavored angel kissed your tongue. It's like it was there.
Wow, we use that for marketing.
and it's gone. It's like, what happened? She just flew in, and she's the guardian angel of the beach, and she came in and kissed your tongue, and then we're like, what happened? Tongue kissed you. I don't know if angels can do that. I don't know.
Is it French?
Yeah, it's a French angel. That's just how they kiss. So it's not weird. It's just cultural. And who would I be to question that?
Exactly.
It's not mine to question. It's just that's what they do. So anyway, that's what I get. So. Thanks.
Oh no, it's funny. I really at the begin with, I'm a craft beer guy through and through. I didn't want to like this. I love it.
It does that, right? Mm-hmm. It's one of those things where you're like, you look at it, it's like, that doesn't look like beer. It doesn't smell like beer. Meh. But then you try it, and it's like, all right.
Time and a place for every beer.
Yeah. I'm only going to like this for the next 4 that I drink right here. And then I'm not going to like it again until I sit back down here again and have some more. Yeah, I like them. I mean, these are done really well. And okay, so carbon dioxide, CO2. You don't want too much. because it gets too bitey, right?
Yeah.
But it's got to be enough to, I don't know, do what
It's
you're
a
doing.
seltzer, you know.
Yeah.
It's got to be fizzy.
Yeah, it's higher than. Is it higher than a typical, like, say, I don't know, like a pale ale?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like volumes?
Yeah,
higher?
we that was one thing we kind of like went into blind. I was like, I don't know if we can get the carbonation that high in our bright tank, and but yeah, I just kept boosting it, and you know the
PRV never tripped, so we were all right.
yeah, exactly. That's what I was afraid of. But yeah, I mean, for that seltzer to really hit like that flavors of pop, you need that fizziness.
Yes.
You know, that high carbonation.
Yeah, it works, and it's just fun. I think maybe more bubbles make more fun.
Oh yeah, bubbles are fun.
Yeah, and with they are fun. What's not fun about bubbles? Bubbles. All of it. Print that T-shirt. Bubbles are fun.
Bam, Swim Shady.
This was that fourth album. It was on his fourth album. I don't remember. You heard the new Kanye album?
Oh
I
yeah.
listened to it the other day.
I have not yet.
No.
Get into church.
Yeah, it's What is it? Jesus is King.
Yeah.
Is the name of the album? I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a huge rap fan, but you know,
It seems like a
Dig it.
positive message.
yeah. There you go. So anyway,
I bet he drinks seltzer.
I bet he does. He seemed like now he's like all seltzer all the time now.
Yeah.
So it just seems clean. It's
Angel Kisses. I mean, you
Yes,
know, it all
Exactly.
comes together.
Boom. I think that's actually a song on the album.
Angel kisses. But you know, I said she. What if it's a he though? I didn't want to. I just thought about that. Like it would be rude of me to assume, and it could have been, you know,
That's true.
Hank the French angel.
I'm not sure it would be Hank
Hank
at that
the
point.
French angel.
I don't know. Again, I don't want to. Could be a nickname. I don't
Yeah.
know. Anyway, but it's delicious. So, are any plans on packaging these?
Goal long term, definitely to get that in a package.
Okay.
You know, it's like you said, it's easier to take to the beach that way.
Yes.
And you know, right now the only way we can do it is crowlering it up. But yeah, so
Which
or
is
unless
an
you want to
option.
take a keg with you, you know,
Yeah, wheel that out. Beach.
if it's
like-
that kind of party.
Yes.
We have sold some kegs of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, to you know, people coming in and picking up kegs,
Mm-hmm.
taking it to the party.
You can do that here.
Yes.
Any size keg.
Hmm?
All sizes.
Well, the sizes we have,
Right. All the sizes you have. What sizes do you have? This
1/6 and 1/2. Yeah,
list? Okay.
barrel.
1/2 barrel,
Yep.
which is what is that? 150 beers ish. 12
Depends
ounce,
on how big
Depends
your
on
cup
how big your
is.
12 ounce pours. That's ish.
Yeah,
150.
I think so.
it's
Yeah.
before noon. I don't like the math.
I think it's like 140.
If you're doing 16 ounce.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's test it. Let's get 2 kegs. Some
There's
12
4
ounce.
of us. Yeah, we got this.
Yes.
Keg stand. Keg stand.
Well, then we can't count the glasses.
That's
if we do
right.
that.
Right. Exactly. That's the keg stand always. The math is easy till the keg stand gets thrown in. When's the last time you did a keg stand? For me, it's been about 20 years.
Is that like the Tootsie Roll Pop? You know how many licks does it take, and then you would just end up doing a keg stand?
Mm-hmm. That's the 1, 2, keg stand. Takes 3 beers to a half barrel keg.
Yeah, exactly.
Are we dodging that question the last time? Do y'all? Is that like a?
I'm
how y'all-
trying to
About
remember.
10 years.
It's been a
10
while.
years for me, I think.
I feel like it's a lost art. Maybe we should, like, you know, people do the shotgun. They, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see Kriss do it, but
Well, who's gonna
I
lift
don't
me
know
up?
who can hold him up.
Yeah.
If you don't know, Kriss is about like 6'7",
6'5".
6'5". Okay.
We could stand on the bar,
Yeah.
and we could make it happen.
We'd have to. That's the highest of keg stands.
Yeah.
Size.
Maybe sink the keg down into the ground or something.
There we go.
Do it on the beach. Dig a hole. There you go. But I don't know. I think like back when keg stands were real prominent before Halloween, we were trying to watch scary movies every day for like the week leading up to Halloween, and we watched the first 2 Scream movies, and the second one they go off to college. I don't know if y'all remember Scream 2, quality movie, but.
They just kept getting better as the series
It
went
really,
on.
yes. It's like they honed their craft, and by the time they got to 4, it was popping. It was just high art. I don't know why they stopped. Maybe they knew if they went any more, it would just be too much, too good, And no other movies could live up to that. But anyway, in the second one,
aren't we getting about the time they're going to start remaking them?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think they've talked about it. They need to, because they did another Halloween, and that was great. I don't know if you've seen that one.
No.
The new one, it's worth watching. Even though we just passed Halloween, and I don't know about y'all, but as soon as Halloween's done, I'm done. And I'm not ready to put up Christmas stuff yet, but
Too soon.
It's too soon. Like, we've got some neighbors that have put their lights up already, and I want to go knock on their door and I'm like, just unplug those. I get it. You needed to put them
they're
up.
turning them on?
They're on.
Oh.
Like 24/7.
Come on,
I
plug
get
them.
putting them up, just so you don't have to do it when it's cold out, but
Right.
don't turn them on.
Yeah, no, they're on. We've got people that have, But of course, there were also people that had their Halloween stuff up since September, so 1st of September. It was like
I like
before-
those people better.
pre Labor Day, and it's like, why do you have a skeleton on your front porch? It's like, love it.
That's year round.
Yeah, it's just my decor. It's just into skeletons. Some people like cats. Some people like flowers, skeletons. What was I saying? Oh yeah, new Halloween, worth watching. Watch the original, then the new one, and they've got another one coming out next year. And then
I
one the year
really
after.
like the Rob Zombie version.
Yeah, that one was gritty. It was gritty.
I think that's why I like it.
Okay. This one is the newer one. It's so there's the original, and then they made like 7 more in between.
Mm-hmm.
Those aren't canon. They actually address it a little bit in the new one. So it's like it's the true sequel to the original.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and watch the original.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It's
Wow. Party pooper.
yeah. It's the thing is it was a new thing. It's like it was like the hard seltzer of horror movies. Like there'd never been something like that. This is how I'm tying it back around.
There we go.
And so they were trying different flavors, but they had not come up with coconut and lime mojito yet. They hadn't balanced it out. It was just straight seltzer.
Was that Crystal Lake?
No, that was Friday the 13th.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no. Halloween was in what was the town? Somewhere in Illinois. Starts with an H. I don't remember. Yeah. Anyway, I could Google it, but that's not what we do. We just try to remember it later. Old school style. That's what conversations used to be. That
Yeah.
you'd talk, you'd be like, "What was that?" And everybody'd sit there and be like, "I don't remember." And then
Somebody would spit something out.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, that's all we got to go off of.
Yeah, and then when somebody else would walk in here, "Hey man, do you remember that?" And they, like, "Oh yeah, that was whatever." And like, "Oh, everybody,
Arguments were so much better back then.
yeah, just based off random
Yeah.
thoughts with no basis of fact or whatever.
Whoever just looks like they know the most, the most confident.
Yes, that ruled the day.
That was the correct answer.
Yeah. Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees were cousins.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So that's not true, but
No.
because I said it with confidence, you were like, "Sure."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll accept that.
Mm-hmm.
You look like the Google machine.
Mm-hmm. No, I know. Because I said one thing about something based on some truth. Now I know this.
Yes.
That's kind of related. But anyway, the original Halloween, just sparkly water with maybe a splash of maybe lemon.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then when they got to this new one,
It's hard seltzer.
yeah, coconut lime mojito.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they had honed it. And they tried a bunch of stuff. They were just like you. Different yeast strains, different CO2
They gotta
levels.
play.
Yeah. Some flavors
Experiment.
didn't work. Like, were there any flavors that just didn't work with the hard seltzer?
Oh yeah.
Like onion or something like that.
Yeah.
Onion garlic.
Yeah. No, that would definitely. That was like out in the first round.
Okay. But you
No,
tried.
we went through a lot of flavors,
Yeah.
trying stuff out.
Yeah.
I have to check the notebook on that.
Yeah, just something.
We try
that
to
didn't-
forget some of those.
Is there any, like, I would imagine, something you can keep clear limits you, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So it has to be something like.
Because we don't filter.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how do you, like, is it, because coconut, it has, like, oil and stuff, right? And lime, lime's pretty clear. And mint,
Yeah.
that's pretty clear. Is passion fruit, what's the color of passion fruit?
It's like yellow on the inside.
And this is crystal clear, so, it's.
Well, the amount that we need for such large amount, like seltzer wise, the color really doesn't
Okay.
affect it much.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Those are really good. That's really good.
Oh, they're super refreshing.
Yeah. It's like I'm not hesitant to go into the next ones, but I could spend some time here. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
like this is speed dating. I could go on a couple of dates.
Yeah.
Like, find out what their favorite books are. Maybe actually read the book together. Probably not, but
Their favorite podcast.
yeah. Well, hopefully they say InterBrews.
If they don't, it's like next.
Yeah, that's the first
It's a
question
given.
on the speed dating. It's like, what's your favorite? Yeah, next.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't. Yeah. Anyway.
Joe who?
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, well, is that on the table? Is that
No, I didn't pour that one.
okay?
But
Well, let's talk about, since we are doing a podcast. Shout out to the most listened to podcast, not about beer.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan's podcast. Y'all did a beer.
Little shout out to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for a good pun.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was making a Rogan beer,
Yeah.
it's got to be a Joe Rogan beer, right?
Right. Do you know any other Rogans?
I mean, there's Seth.
Oh yeah.
Of course, from the WWE.
No, that's what is it?
Oh, that's the actor.
Yes.
I think I was.
You're thinking. Who are you thinking? Roman Reigns?
Oh, she's saying probably Seth Rollins.
Rollins?
Yep, Rollins.
Rollins.
There you go.
Henry, brother of Henry, his uncle Henry, also
I was
Hank, the angel.
Oh, hey, I got you.
Full circle.
Wow.
Mind blown.
So the Rogan beer. A Rogan beer is a
It's a rye. It's a German rye style.
okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Dunkelweizen. It's a little bit darker, with a pretty good amount of rye malt to it, and Hefeweizen yeast.
Okay.
So
Oh.
it's a little. It's got a little bit of everything, you know.
Like rye has a little peppery type thing going, and then the Hefeweizen's going to have is it more banana or clovey or what's that?
We're gonna pull some.
Oh,
We're talking about it. So might as well
Okay.
taste it, right?
yeah. I
But
suppose
yeah,
so.
you know, I try to keep different beers on tap, and I don't think we've ever had a Rogan beer on tap before,
Mm-hmm.
and so I play around. We have a lot of regulars, so educate them on some the different styles of things.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that. That looks like. It doesn't look like Joe Rogan. He's bald. This has a nice
That's a head on it.
head on it. Joe Rogan has a very prominent head, but not.
But like Joe Rogan, has a lot going on. I mean, you got the rye, you got the characteristics from the yeast.
You got that.
There you go.
Hey, that's good. That's I don't know. Maybe I just have I had a Rogan beer before. I don't.
It's
I don't
not a
know.
real popular style.
No, I don't know that I have. Yeah. Are y'all the only? It's the only one I know of.
I've seen other people do them, but it's kind of like what we do. It's not a hugely well-known style, so people are afraid to try something they don't know.
What's the difference between a Rogan beer and a Dunkelweizen?
A Dunkelweizen is going to be like just wheat, pilsner, and some dark malt.
Mm-hmm.
This is
rye.
this one's a touch of wheat, rye, and some dark malt and pilsner.
Okay. I like that. That's I don't know. That seems like a fall day. Like a.
Oh yeah, it's a great fall beer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we like to do put up small batches here. We've got a system, like a 1-barrel system. We have 6 fermenters, so I'm always trying to churn some new stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
We usually do between 1 to 3 releases a week sometimes.
Really?
We
Yeah.
turn them.
Yep.
Really?
Yep, that's what I said. I don't see the sun. I'm back there brewing beer in the dark and dungeon,
That is
getting them out.
that is prolific. That is you just. I mean, I don't know. You think of some other art where they would churn out. You couldn't do songs that way. I mean, I guess you could maybe, but it's each one of them is different and has its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. What's it like when you do like a Rogan beer? How big of how much is available? Like when you do the. Are you,
It's a barrel, so there'll be 2 half-barrel kegs.
okay.
Just we keep it in house right now.
And then if something everybody's just.
Now if something like that pops, believe it or not, a couple weeks ago I put a brown ale out. I've heard more like everybody's like, when are you bringing that back?
Yeah.
They loved it.
This is a stark turnaround from my last episode.
Ah,
The love for brown ales.
you can't hate on a brown ale.
I mean, you can.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I wonder. Marcus is probably listening to this show. Marcus, if a brown ale has ever hurt you in any way,
just wink twice.
This is a safe place.
Yes.
Message us when you can, and just know that not all. Just because one brown ale hurt you doesn't mean they all will. So anyway, it was just I love brown ales. So.
Yeah, actually, we've had 2 on in the last month or so because we had the regular brown ale, and then I put a brown ale out with hazelnut.
Oh yeah. No, that one was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the weather's getting there where that's it just all kind of feeds into it. Bianca, when you're not drinking hard seltzers while you work, what styles of beer sing to you? What's in your wheelhouse? Is there anything more than others, I guess?
I like wheat beers a lot. I try to stay clear from IPAs. It's really just not my thing. I kind of like the lighter, crisper side. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah.
Highest of Fives blonde, that's my favorite. And then we also have Highest of Fives blonde with guava. That's been really taken off lately. So when I'm not drinking Swim Shady, I'm drinking that.
Okay. No, you know what? It's how you've been at the brewery for how long?
A little over a year.
Okay. Have you noticed any? I don't know, and Kriss, maybe you've kept up with it at all. I'm sure you, with the drinking habits of your everybody that works here. I'm sure you have a chart. I'm sure.
All right.
Today hurt me. Have you noticed any difference as far as like hop level since you started? Like, is the tolerance any higher? Because there's a thing called lupulin threshold shift.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
When I first started, I didn't know a whole lot. I still feel like I don't know anything, but then when I start talking about it, I'm like, oh, I have learned some stuff over the past year.
All that stuff came out. Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about it. Like, as much as, even if you're brewing and owning a brewery and all, it's like every day you're going to be learning something new. Because, I mean, there's so much, there's no way to plumb the depths of, that's my smart-sounding phrase, of what beer can be. I mean, just on this table, I mean, you look at how much variation there is in these 6 beverages, and to scratch the surface.
So, like I said, I'm not a huge IPA fan, but Pelican, the collaboration beer that we did with the Houston Audubon. See how I tied it in there?
Yeah, perfect.
I really like that one.
It's,
that came out super nice, easy to drink.
Yeah, it's it's got the hop, the whatever you call that. I don't know, it's not bite. It's like just hop flavor, I guess, aroma, all that. But it's also it's like got a is it not bready, but like a smooth, just maybe bready. Is bready the term? The texture is
biscuity
something. The texture is just like super like smooth and like.
It's a very well balanced beer, I think.
Yeah, like a down comforter on your tongue. Again, all these
always
things,
on the tongue.
Always on the tongue. I'm just saying it's not. I don't know what the term is. It's nice. It's
pleasant.
I enjoy it. Yes, it's very like a soft breeze. I don't know. I don't have the language. Help me. I don't know. Kriss, have you? What is the what?
Bianca,
Well, Kriss writes all the beer profiles, so.
Oh, throw that.
He's very eloquent.
Yeah. What is a? What am I? What is it? It's just. I don't know. It's like soft. There's a softness to it.
So you can go a little velvety there, maybe.
Velvety. That's perfect. That's the term. Velvety. Yeah, it's like.
See, this is why I handed it off.
Yeah, it's like you're I don't know if you like a smoking jacket or something. It's like that kind of velvety. Although, yeah, because they got like that silky lining, but you have the velvety. I've never worn a smoking jacket. Well, I did once when I was like 5. It was my grandfather's. But anyway, it's been a while. Why is that no longer a thing?
I think that went away with Hefner.
I guess. Oh, I think the term smoking jacket.
I think he owned that, so people are like, all right, that's his thing.
Yeah,
can't do that.
That's true. There needs to be something like that, like the smoking hoodie. Maybe it doesn't have to be called smoking.
Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, because smoking is all like meh, People shouldn't do
maybe
it.
the vaping.
A vaping hoodie?
Yeah.
It's not the
Were you the
same.
one that said about the vaping and making it into a pipe?
Hey, that's my $1 million idea. Don't tell anyone.
Do you want me to edit that out?
Yes,
No,
please.
Consider it done.
Yeah.
Nobody will hear that ever. That's a really good idea, actually. If it could come out with as bubbles, that would be even better. Like as they would float, even if you had to have like a separate bubble maker. I'm sorry, I'm blowing up your spot. I know that's your retirement plan.
Yeah, it is.
But that would be awesome. That's the thing. That's what it needs. Like I think that's the problem with smoking, other than the cancer. But other than that, there was back in the day, people had pipes.
Yeah.
And like cigar, and there was a ritual to it.
Some kind of a coolness factor, like an actual distinguished looking thing.
And then
Not
cigarettes.
just a black stick that you puff vapor out of.
Yeah, they need more heft.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need some. Yeah, and like this, I think the vaping hoodie could help usher that in. Because I mean, when the cigarettes became, you have to go out by the grease trap and the trash cans and do it where nobody can see you, because people didn't want it around, and which I get it. It's not healthy, not the healthiest, but still, it lost that thing. I don't know. It's like beer did the same thing, though. It got super simplified, and then, it was brought back. Kris, you jumped in, you opened this brewery, and you helped usher in this beautiful age of craft beer in Pearland, and people know, and they come here, and they sit down, and they talk about the beer, and, then it fades into the background, and people talk about important stuff like, I don't know, whatever people talk about. And then...
What's the haps?
Yeah, what's going on in Pearland? Did you hear about so-and-so, or this new law? Did y'all vote yesterday? I didn't vote. Apparently yesterday was a day, an election day, local elections. I don't.
I had to bring my kids with me to work, so they kept me from getting anything done.
Yeah, why don't you should be able to do it with your phone?
You know what?
I mean, Facebook told me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you should be able to click on that notification and then vote.
You should.
That would be
Ideal.
That would be ideal. I don't even know what elections they were. It was all local stuff, right? Which is probably way more important.
Well, there was a state income tax on there, and you had to vote yes to mean no.
Yeah,
and
why is it confusing? I don't want a state income tax.
No.
I don't want any tax.
Any tax, yeah.
I mean, I know some are necessary, but I guess, right? For roads and things.
Just get rid of the government.
Yeah, that's simple. Let's just do that.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? I don't know. I mean, we got rid of the restrictions on breweries and, selling directly.
I was going to say, I think you're thinking of it the wrong way. You should be asking what could go right.
What could go right? So many things. You could decide where your vaping section is and sell the hoodies, and you wouldn't have to worry about any kind of signage or anything.
What if you only could vape wearing the hoodie?
Your invisibility cloak.
Oh, yeah. That way nobody could see you, but I don't know. There is an invisibility cloak. Have you seen that? It's like a real...
In the Harry Potter.
I have one right here.
No, it's like a real thing. There's like people in China have them when they're... never mind.
Did you just make that up?
No, this is a real thing.
What you're saying is it's here now,
You just
and
nobody
people
know.
in China has it.
We're living in the future, guys.
Yeah, the guy misplayed. The guy that originated, he lost it, couldn't find it for the longest time, and then stumbled across it. Finally,
Is that a joke?
There's like a real thing. It's like it's more against like heat sensor stuff. It'll keep you invisible against that. But they're getting there.
I saw the Predator. You just got to get in mud and
Yeah, it's what it is. It's just a mud thing. You got to be super buff and have mud, and then the Predator can't find you. This is really pleasant. I don't know. It's just velvety. It's velvety.
That was a fun beer to make. And we had a pretty good event, a big event to go with it. The launch, yeah.
A lot of people here.
Oh, yeah.
was
It
quite a
was
few.
crazy. It well exceeded our expectations.
People
I think.
love birds.
Yeah.
They love
And
them.
they brought a couple of their rescue birds here, so
Really?
people were enjoying. Yeah, they had a little barn owl. What was the other one? A Mississippi kite?
I don't remember.
Yeah, something like
but
that. They had two. They had
they
And
were
then
beautiful. and
that
they were
tiny little
cute.
owl.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I wanted to pocket that owl.
A pocket owl.
A pocket
He
owl.
was
There you
so
go.
tiny and so cute, and I felt so bad for him. He had been shot with a pellet gun, so his eyes, one of them was permanently dilated, and so that was interesting. And then he had a little gimpy wing.
Aw, but a lot of personality, obviously.
Yes.
He's the little owl that won your heart. What was his name? Do you remember his name? I say he.
It was a he.
Okay.
God, I don't remember.
Is it
his
Hootie
name.
or something?
Hootie.
That's so owls are offended at every word. Listen, we didn't get the reputation for being the smartest bird because we were all called Hootie.
Well, no, I feel like for a little guy, he had a really strong name, but I don't remember now.
Yeah.
But it was great. We got to take pictures with them. We had a whole bunch of different, Galveston Bay Foundation was here as well. The Armand Bayou Center was here. Birds Unlimited of Pearland was here. So we had a lot of different vendors and good information they were giving out. And
A lot of educational stuff.
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was great. And they announced also the Bird of Houston here, which was the yellow night heron.
Yellow crested night heron, I believe.
Yellow.
it was.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
like forever and ever? That's the bird of Houston, or is it like
To my knowledge,
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the official
Yeah.
bird of Houston, the yellow crested?
You didn't vote yesterday?
I didn't know that was. I would have been there had
That was
I
on the
known that the bird,
Yeah. No,
that it was for the birds. I had a totally different. I was like, this is for the birds, and so I didn't show up. But had I known, but I live in the county. I don't know if I would have been able to vote
Sure.
for that one. But that's a noble bird.
Yeah.
I don't. How big?
Pretty cool.
Well, it's a common bird. I think that's
Yeah.
why it won. Like we actually
looks
see
pretty
that
cool,
bird
too.
around
Yeah.
here.
yeah.
That's Houston. We're not. Houston's a common man kind of place. Anybody can come here and become something great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe not 2-time World Series champion, but close.
Yeah.
Ooh, too soon.
It is too soon. I felt bad saying that. That was a heartbreaker.
We haven't talked about that since.
Do you want to talk about
No.
it? Okay, we don't have to. Shawn Watson, that guy's amazing.
Yeah.
It's football season.
There you go.
He's amazing. And apparently heals himself with chicken sandwiches.
These hard to get chicken sandwiches.
Is he on the Popeyes kick or whatever?
He
Well,
apparently
he said it healed his eye.
Yeah, it has powers.
And apparently the Popeyes I went to yesterday gave him all the chicken sandwiches.
Well, it's for the playoffs.
They're saving them.
Yes. If you had told them you were playoff bound, they would have been like, all right, yeah, we
Gotcha.
can probably spare you one. So you didn't get to try it?
No, I was bummed.
I haven't tried it yet either. Have y'all?
Eh.
It's like remember, what was it? It's like Furby's. It's like this year's Furby is the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Remember what? Or the Tickle Me Elmo,
Beanie Babies.
Beanie Babies. Yeah. What
Yeah.
else? Yeah, Beanie Babies. Yeah. Wonder what happened to those. A lot of people invested a lot in Beanie Babies.
Yeah, they did.
This is my retirement plan. I'm gonna save all these now, and soon, boom, gonna turn around and flip these for so much money. Same thing with baseball cards.
Fives of dollars.
Just ones
Each.
and twos. Yeah, and same thing with baseball cards. Like any '90s or late '80s
Yeah.
baseball cards. I've got so many of those things because everybody's like, baseball cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Nothing.
market fell out of those. Just bottomed out.
Yeah, I like that. Y'all canned this one, right? The pellet.
That we did not.
No,
Yeah.
there was no cans at all.
No.
Nothing
Anywhere?
on the table right now. So,
Oh.
yeah.
I thought I saw a can. Maybe
We
it's just I
had,
saw the label.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Maybe that's
can.
I
what
was gonna say we
Yeah.
I
had
just assumed.
special edition pint glasses for that.
Okay, this one was for the bird, but now I feel like an ass because I was like, oh, it's canned. Okay, that's fine. But there are cans of BAKFish beer out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Cheap sunglasses
Yes.
and what else?
Defying Gravity.
Yes,
I Tell You Wit.
yeah, you do.
And all y'all.
All y'all.
All y'all.
Yes.
This one. Yeah. Power Clashing
Power
is the
Clashing.
one you grabbed there.
Okay, let's reset.
Mhm.
Go get those cans, folks. Now, power clashing. Chat me
Kind of. So it's this weird mesh of styles, which is why we call it Power Clashing. It's kind of a German-style Pilsner,
Okay.
but it's Czech hops and English yeast and some American hops on the backside of it too. So
It's the UN of beers.
exactly, we're just things that don't go together. We're just putting them together because we can.
Why not?
That's
good.
And it came out. Yeah, it's probably one of my favorite beers that we put out.
Yeah, that's pleasant.
Yep.
I like that.
So-
I love it when things like that, like you do that. You just, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, I love the traditional, like, this is a Czech style beer, this is a German style beer, English style beer, or whatever. But then you kind of start mashing them all together. That's what I'm saying. Beer's so good. There's so much. It's just like, how do you?
That's why we do it.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, seriously, there's so much, to do.
Yeah, we got the
together.
clean Pilsner malt in there,
Yeah.
some spicy little size, and then we finished it with the lemon drop, so you get that kind of lemony.
I like when you say that. Like it hits me. I'm very susceptible to the power of suggestion, but I'm cool with that. Somebody told me I should be okay with that. And
Sorry.
You need to grab that? That's fine. We can pause. There's a brewery work to be done. We can go do that because y'all. This is. I mean, you're working. This is your.
Yeah.
Y'all are currently working.
Yeah, we on the
All
clock
y'all
right now.
currently working.
Yeah, all y'all. I like that. Any more? Any thoughts of doing more UN type beers, coalition beer? Oh, coalition style.
There we go.
Yeah. It's a
Haven't gone off it, riffed off of that one too much, but I'm get the right blend of things together. As my former QC guy went over to Oscar Blues because he chased some girl up to Austin.
That
So
happens.
he came up with the idea of blending size and lemon drop, and we just kind of went on from there. So.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, there literally is just so much room to experiment and try and do new things that have never been done. I mean,
Even if they have been done, just put a different twist on it.
that's what I'm saying. Slight variation.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of brewing, like, is it like new styles and new variations and things like that? Do you have a favorite ingredient you like that gives you the most like immediate satisfaction when you get to change it up?
I wouldn't say, well, other than lacto, but no, I don't have that one favorite malt or anything that I have to have in every. I want in everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, just experimenting. With all that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lacto.
lacto. I like sours.
I do, and I saw you glance over. Kris, what do you?
Caleb's been really great at pushing Chris's limits. So as far as what beers we're making, and it's been great, like having Caleb around, just because have such. We're doing a lot of different stuff and have I think a wider range of variety now.
Yeah.
So it's great. We're still doing all the traditional stuff, but we're also keeping it really trendy.
Yeah. Have you felt any comfort in the discomfort yet? Is it starting to?
It doesn't hurt as much.
Okay.
I made them do a trust fall.
Did you really? Who caught who?
He caught Kriss. It didn't end pretty though.
It's more like a
Yeah.
trust, like fall on me.
Yeah, I'll break your fall.
Was it off the table? Was it like a true like trust fall, or was it just?
Does he really need to get on the table to do that? No.
I'm just here for the dramatic effect, for the social media post. Like, watch this. Are y'all on Twitter? Do y'all follow?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We are on Twitter.
Do y'all follow Hold My Beer?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It's just videos of Hold My Beer while, and then it's like these videos where things go either awesome, like the most epic like stunt ever, or the other side they go awry in just spectacular ways. Most of it, it's probably 4 out of 5 are spectacularly bad.
Yeah.
I'll probably go follow that on my personal page.
It's worth a follow. It's Hold My Beer. I think it's just. I think they actually had to relaunch it at one point. But anyway, it's just tons of good videos of people like just. It looks like they should be dead.
There's another one too on Instagram called "Things Drunk People Do."
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Probably in that
Definitely
same
need to check it out.
Same genre. Is this? I mean, it's a working brewery.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, so we won't even reference it. We won't even mention that they're at the door.
Too late.
He looks like he's.
It's like a service tech or something.
Yeah, he's here to.
I don't think anything's broken right now.
He goes, I saw you.
Oh, there's plenty.
What'd you break?
No, there's always something that's got to be tinkered with.
Yeah.
It's a craft brewery.
That's true. So, real quick, I think we mentioned it last time I was here, but the stats on your brew house and all that kind of stuff, just for history's sake, to get this, this is it's a little slice of beer history. People will listen back 100 years from now, like what was brewing like in Pearland back in 2019. Uh-oh, cord there. Bianca, you okay? Okay, good. We're all good.
You have a nice trip.
We could have just not mentioned it. Nobody would have known because it's an audio show. But
It's all right. I'm not known for being graceful.
okay, so real quick, stats. Brew
So,
house. What size?
30 barrel.
30 barrel.
Yep.
Okay. We're almost to the end of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
How many barrels this year have been brewed or are projected to be brewed with the month we have left?
We've been holding pretty consistent, right around 1,000 barrels a year.
Okay.
So, I don't remember off the top of my head what that exact number is. I'll know next week when I got to do my TABC report.
Okay. Okay. So, TABC.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Yeah.
government, there you go. Okay. So around 1,000-ish.
Yeah.
Ish. Styles. How many different styles this year? And have you? I wonder compared to say last year.
I think
Definitely more this
yeah.
year because I made it a focus to try to put out one big batch every month, which I think we only missed one. But yeah, so definitely more this year. And then if you add the pilot system on there, which we didn't have last year, exponentially more this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we actually did our first sours this year too.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
So ballpark. I mean, when you think pilot system, I mean, could you even put a ballpark figure on number of styles this year? More than more than 20? More than
yeah, way more than
more
20.
than 50?
Like whenever I say we release 1 to 3 a week of the small batch system alone, those are all different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we haven't repeated anything in there.
So what do you think? An average of 2 a week?
yeah.
For how many weeks? I'm just
Since May. So
And however
I know
many-
since I've been here.
Yeah.
was that 7 months?
Yeah. So
14.
28.
Something. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Over 30 different styles just off that alone.
Yeah.
Off the small system.
Yep.
Okay.
And then add 10, 11 big batches plus the ones we normally keep on. So
Yeah, that's like a style a week for the whole year.
Yeah.
That's
We keep people happy around here.
yeah.
They get something new every time they walk in.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Well, that's great. I mean, that's why you got to keep coming back because I mean, it's it's been far too long since I've been down here. This is one thing I love about living in the Houston area. I don't live in Houston proper. I live out, in Cypress. But you can come to Pearland and it's a different place. It's a different area. But you're not, I'm not that far from home. I drove down here in the morning and I'll
There you go. Yeah.
go to work after I leave here probably. And then
And we have a lot of friends around us too. Saloon Door, Valentin's,
Yeah.
Fetching Lab.
Yes. That's the
South is coming up.
It is. No, it is. It's a you've got to put on your big boy or big girl beer drinking shorts.
Oh yeah.
To get down here and to experience everything in a day is
Yeah.
and next to impossible, I think. But
We're starting to do an event once a year where we kind of highlight the southern breweries.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's a Music to My Beers Fest.
Yes.
It's a craft beer and music festival that we do in the
Awesome.
springtime.
yeah.
This will be our second year. That we're
Okay,
gonna do
so-
it. So it's going to be bigger and better.
When
this year.
this is people pick up this podcast later down the road. I mean, we're in November, but they'll listen to it in January, and if they're planning a trip down here, they'll come back and listen to this episode. So when is that?
I want to say it's May 16th.
Okay, so is it always going to be
It's on
in
that Saturday.
May? Is that-
May-ish, yeah.
May-ish. Okay. So if you're listening to this in the future and you're looking at your calendar and you're like, oh, it's May's coming up because that's what May does. It comes around
It does.
every year until
At least.
there's no more years or they just do something crazy. I know California's, I don't know if it passed or not, but they may have held like forever daylight savings time.
Oh.
So
That would be good.
yeah. So it'll never spring forward in California if that passed.
Or fall back.
Yeah, it's just always. It's just they fell back and stayed back.
Oh.
If it passed, I don't know if it did. We'll have to look.
Was that up for vote yesterday?
Yes.
Okay.
Or, yes. So
Ironically, right after The fallback.
Everybody got that extra hour, and like, I don't want to give it back. It's actually genius marketing.
mine.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like that's when you want to do it, or right after you have to spring forward. Everybody's tired, but nobody would remember to get to the polls because they've got them too tired.
It'd be an hour late.
Yes, you could have voted, but you're late, and now it's impossible. Okay, so May. So May's coming up, regardless of when you're listening to this podcast, because this podcast
It
lives.
is the 16th.
It's forever, Bianca. Everything you say here will live forever.
It's out there now.
It's out there. You can't take it back. So, yeah.
Yep.
So May. I want to come to that. So, where is the?
So it's actually on the west side of Pearland, over at the Pearland Town Center. We're gonna do it under their pavilion and partly in the parking lot too.
Okay.
So
So it's an outdoor.
it's an
event?
outdoor. Yeah.
Okay. May hasn't gotten too hot yet.
No.
Typically.
Not quite.
Yeah, it's still.
It's still Texas.
It's still Texas. It's gonna be warm. Wear shorts. Get some sunblock. But it's not. It's not August, September. It's still pleasant, and there's beer and music.
Yeah. So for last year, we actually experienced like every single type of weather possible on that day.
Yeah.
It was raining. It was hot. It was all kinds
Windy.
of
Windy.
craziness. And surprisingly, we still had over like 600 people show up.
That's awesome.
So this year, I can only imagine if with great weather, we have close to 1,000 hopefully.
That's cool. So just like what delineates Southern? Is it south of the Beltway? Is that
South of the Beltway. So we had Texas Leaguer out there. We had Brigadoon, Texas Beer Refinery,
Devil in the Deep.
Valentine's, Devil in the Deep from Galveston, and
TBR.
TBR was there.
Yeah.
So we had a few others.
There's a lot. There's a lot down here. I mean, it's a community. It's a it's a spot. You need to come down here and just hang out. Can people like sleep on a bench here, like maybe overnight or something?
It's happened. No, we locked the gates, so you're trapped here for the night. But
That's cool.
Yeah.
Or you could just sleep in your back seat or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's fine. Could they maybe crash at your house?
Well, I live in Katy, so
Well, either way, you're driving, right? How long of a commute is that?
on a good day, it's 45 minutes.
It's not.
It's not bad. It's not
so bad.
terrible.
That's like most of a podcast.
Yeah.
That's like
Oh no, I kill some podcasts.
yeah. I listen to so many podcasts in my car.
I love those 3-hour Joe Rogan podcasts.
Yeah.
And that's my day.
Yeah.
Here in the first half here, second half going home.
I listen to true crime because usually their voices are very soothing.
Yeah.
Well, that would put me to sleep.
No,
I'm trying to
it's like,
drive.
oh, and then that person got hacked to pieces. It's just very soothing.
Yeah. That you have scared me to death. Chris, what do you
Speaking of axes, we're gonna have Epic Axe here
when are they coming
on
out?
Black Friday.
Black
Okay.
Friday, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Black Friday coming up too, because if May's around the corner, that means that Black Friday's around the corner as well.
Yeah. So we're actually going to do things a little bit different for Black Friday. We're going to do an all dark beer release. We're going to be releasing seven
Yep.
different dark beers.
Really? Go on.
One of them is going to be a nitro stout. And then we're going to do a milk stout with like different flavor variants. Caleb could probably tell you a little bit more about the flavors.
Oh, you're doing a fine job.
I don't think he knows.
Well, I mean,
There's gonna be
Wrote them all down.
I've got them written down in the back. We're gonna try to black out the taps. On Black Friday, black it out,
I like it.
Yeah, so after you're done shopping, stop by.
or even
Or
before.
in lieu of shopping.
Yeah.
or instead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Epic Axe will be here from 1 to 4.
I'm gonna have to have a couple beers before I go out that day.
Dude, I can't.
Just come here and drink beer and
Yes.
throw axes at wood.
Listen. Yes. Chris, yes. Chris, we didn't ask you. Do you have any favorite podcasts that, obviously other than InterBrews, but any like genres that you?
I normally, if I'm listening to a podcast, it's beer related somehow. So
Okay.
yeah,
That that's not to. I'm not
yeah.
tooting my own horn at all. This is to be rude to toot in front of y'all, but the podcasting is mainstream now, which is crazy to think about. I remember I started this podcast 8 years ago now.
Yeah.
I think it's been 8 years. And people are like, "What's that?" when I say, "Can I come do a podcast and they're like, "I don't even." But all right, that was the coolest thing about everybody was like, "Yes." I mean, I don't know what that is, but sure, come on.
Mm-hmm.
And then people figured it out.
Yep.
But now it's like just everybody listens to podcasts, and it's great because people, we have long commutes in this area, so you can learn about the local breweries, and then if you're in a traffic jam through the Galleria or whatever, you can switch over to. There's a handful of really good Houston-based stuff, or you can learn about anything.
I thought you were the only one.
I mean, worth listening to.
Yeah.
So I was trying to be political. Okay. No, there's some stuff around Houston. People do stuff. Well, I mean, like the mortgage. What was it? The
Malting
mortgage.
Malting with Mortgage Mike and
Yeah.
Housing Hops with you.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen. That's
House and Hops with you.
why not? Why people need houses?
Exactly.
We have a
They need
housing
beer.
crisis. I don't know if we do.
Do we?
I don't know.
Too many?
Maybe. I don't
Real
know.
estate's a hot industry right now.
Yeah. And do you really want to listen to just house talk? Maybe. I don't know. But beer talk's awesome too, obviously. And we don't just talk about beer on the show, right? It's beer fueled,
Yeah, for sure.
but we may go off on any number of tangents.
Yep.
People
Anyway.
getting hacked. Yeah.
Yeah. Halloween movies, horror movies, pro wrestling.
I was about to say I'm kind of disappointed none of that's came up yet.
No. Listen, that's another thing. There's more pro wrestling on TV than there's ever been.
Oh my God, it's Wednesday.
Yeah, that means what's tonight? Today's AEW
Yeah,
on
and
TNT
NXT.
and NXT.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the Wednesday Night Wars. Have
Yeah.
started. Yeah. Are y'all wrestling fans? Y'all just I see the shoulder
I
shrug.
watched back in the day. My kid's starting to ask about it. He's 8. I'm like, I don't know if those storylines are okay for you yet. So
It's-
I
It's
might
gotten a
might
lot
turn
more
him in
kid
on
friendly
Yes.
than it used to be
Yeah.
during the Attitude Era.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
I used to watch it, but I mostly follow the divas.
yeah. Oh yeah. They have the diva. What is it? The
Total Divas.
Total Divas. Yeah.
I
like
also watch Total Bellas too. They have their own show now.
What? Okay. So one is still married to Daniel Bryan, right?
Yes.
They're still married, but John Cena and the other one no longer.
The other one, Nikki Bella, she's not with John Cena anymore. She's with a Dancing with the Stars coach. I think his
How could
I don't remember
I-
Art something.
I wonder? You're never.
I don't even delve that deep.
You're never gonna be as muscly as John Cena. You always. I mean, yes, dance. You're in great shape, guy. But it's never. You're not John Cena.
I love John Cena, but this other guy, he's a cutie.
But it's a different.
But you can't see him.
Yes, right.
That's what he said when he broke up with her.
Yeah.
Can't see me.
Not anymore. I'm seeing other people. I wonder if that was it. I don't know. I need to get John Cena on this podcast. He's never in
Sure.
Houston though. I don't know. I don't know anybody that knows him.
Booker T lives here.
See, I don't know Booker T. I know people that know him.
Well, there you go.
Like 4 degrees of Booker T.
Yeah.
That'd be an awesome. Has he ever? It's down this way, right? He's not far from
He's
here.
at
like
Friends with
Texas
it.
City is
Texas City's
his
right.
school and stuff.
Yeah. Has he ever been in?
plays at the golf course, like not too far from here.
Booker T. If you're,
5-time.
he's been in here 5 times.
No, 5-time world champion.
Oh, sure.
Come on.
Yeah, right. 5 time.
There you go.
If yeah, he needs to come in here and try a beer.
Yeah, we'll hook it up.
Yeah, come do a spinneroonie. Oh, does he still do the spin?
Oh man, he would have to. That would be
Yeah.
a requirement.
Right. That would be. He could do spinneroonie classes.
Should teach that.
Yeah. Instead of spin classes, spinneroonie classes. It's a great ab workout. You know how to do a spinneroonie?
I don't even know what that is. I want to see y'all do it. I want
Is
to
that
see
that breakdancing
particularly
move that he
Caleb
does?
do
Yes.
it.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like if I did that, it'd be the last thing I did. Like
Yeah.
the necks would snap, mine and whoever I hit, and it would not turn out well. I'm no Booker T. But anyway,
No.
he needs to be on this podcast. What other pro wrestlers live in Houston? The Undertaker from Houston?
He lives in Austin, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
I saw Tugboat driving down the road one time.
Did you?
I think he had a wrestling school for a minute. I don't know if he still does, but he was in a pickup. Tugboat's wrestling school was on the back of the pickup truck, and I looked in, and there was this dude that filled up the entire cab.
Yeah.
It was Tugboat. You know who Tugboat is?
No.
He was part of the natural disasters. Then changed his name to Typhoon.
Yeah, Typhoon,
with
yes.
Earthquake, and they were
Yeah.
the natural disasters, and they were these big dudes that wore singlets. It was fantastic.
He had a whole
I'll have to
little
look that up later.
yeah, captain's gimmick.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. The Tugboat was adorable, and then
He wore a little white hat,
yes,
striped shirt.
Just yeah, it's like Popeye, but
Yep.
but bigger.
Yeah.
Even bigger.
We're rounder.
A little rounder, yeah.
Not such big forearms.
No. Well, they were big, but just the rest of him, like...
We're proportionate.
they were There's other pro wrestlers here, I know.
Well, I feel like somebody told me this.
You know, the
or I
great
could be
Khali
making
used to
it up.
live here. I know.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's
Oh,
like 7'6". He's taller than... He makes Kriss look short.
That's hard to
Oh,
do.
what's his name? He went back to the WWE not so long ago. The Indian guy. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. He won the belt. Like gave him the belt for like a minute.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about. He went through that... He got in really good shape.
Yeah, he did. Yes.
What is I? It's right there. See, this is why. But we don't Google.
We don't
Google. When Booker T comes walking through, we're like, "Hey, not Masvidal. That's the guy that just fought this weekend. He just knocked out or just beat Nate Diaz. Well, stoppage.
I mean, I think the doctor beat him.
Yeah, it was done. Y'all MMA fans at all? We have some big MMA fighters here in the Houston area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
He fought.
He did.
Yeah,
and
he
won.
fought Saturday. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Black Beast.
Never know what that guy's gonna say.
I know his balls was hot. He took his shorts off after a fight, and Joe Rogan beer.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan sees all the
Yeah.
time.
It's all back.
Joe Rogan beer asked him like, "Why'd you take your shorts off?" And Derek Lewis said, "Because my balls was hot." So, because that's what happens when you
Yeah.
fight. Your balls was hot. So Derek Lewis, Black Beast,
Yes.
he's awesome. And during
He actually lives in Cyprus.
he does
Yeah.
Iron City. I believe he's worked out at Iron City right there in Cyprus.
I think he's sponsored by the Popeyes over there or something.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is that those Popeye sandwiches between him and Deshaun Watson? There's some power in that sandwich. Something's going on. You get some of that.
They can just never make enough.
I know. That's part of it. It's kind of like when y'all do the pilot system beers. People come in like, I heard all about this. Like, well, we just served our last pint to that guy, and somebody smiles at them, and then like, but you can try this, and they try something else, and they're like, this is amazing, and they come back, and they keep coming back because they're like, I want to try another amazing beer, because that's what y'all do.
Yeah, we have such a huge variety now. I mean, there's gonna be something for everybody.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, just on the table today, like today, I'm like right now, Oktoberfest.
Yep. So.
Breakfast of champions.
Is it? Is that? I felt good. I think that's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that's typically like a seasonal style, but I feel like it goes with food really, really well.
Oh yeah.
It should be considered like a year-round. That's just me talking, but
Yeah.
maybe it's good that it's not. Would y'all ever consider doing it year-round? I see both sides. It goes so well with like fajitas and stuff.
Yeah.
It does, but I don't think that would work.
I mean, the whole
I don't know.
Oktoberfest
I
is
know.
such a,
Torn.
such a great seasonal thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. I
why
get it.
change it?
Yeah, that's true. Why change it? I don't
It's such a great
You already got to put it out
celebration,
in like
yeah.
August to.
to keep up with every
Yeah.
people are trying to will it to be cooler. That's
Mhm.
what we're trying to do. But it's a delicious style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, don't put it out year round. Leave them wanting more, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm actually going to Worst Fest in New Braunfels this weekend, so I'm excited to see what beers they have out there.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Worst
No.
Fest? I've heard about Worst. I've never been to Worst Fest.
No, this will be my first. I'm a
I've
first
never
timer.
gone because I've heard it's the worst.
I see what you did
I
there.
hear it's just a sausage fest.
Yeah.
That's no. Sorry.
Maybe that's what she's
I
going
laughed.
for.
I mean,
I'll let y'all know when I get back.
Okay. There's worse things you could do. I didn't mean that. It works. It works. Speaking of, I mean, like, you talk about the music festival in May, Worst Fest going on out in, how, when you're trying to decide, events to be a part of, do you have like a geographical, like, would y'all ever, are y'all sending beers to Worst Fest, or are you just going as a fan?
I'm just going as a fan,
That's
visiting
fun.
some friends.
Yeah.
Why don't you take some, sneak them in?
Can you do that? Is that allowed?
I don't know. I don't want to go to jail.
What's the beer like there? I feel like there's good craft beer almost everywhere now. Like even in jail. That'd be a good work release program. Have people make beer have them appreciate.
Just
me.
have them clean mash tuns or something. Yeah.
Right. Well, isn't that most of it?
That's like doing hard time.
It's a ratio of time spent cleaning versus actually brewing the beer. Was it like 3 to 1?
Oh, yeah.
4 to 1.
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, Chris is
got some important business.
He does. It's fine. It's
Important beer business.
Yeah. Okay. So what else? I feel like tap room hours. Let's mention tap room hours.
Oh man, this is gonna take a while, but Monday through Thursday we're open from 3 to 9.
Okay.
Friday we're open from 3 to 11. Saturday it's 12 to 10, and then Sunday it's 12 to 9.
So, yeah.
Well, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Pretty much any time during the day, just come have a beer.
Yeah. Yeah. Please do. Driving into Pearland, just when you get off the Beltway and you drive into Pearland proper, a lot going on out
Yes,
here.
it's a booming area.
Yeah, it's really picked up. Like, you've got the big pillar sign right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just went up not that long ago.
Yeah, I know, it's new. Does this mean you're in the heart of Pearland?
This means we're right on the border.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They're like, you're out of Friendswood now.
Okay. So
I think this area is kind of like nicknamed Pearwood.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well, the skating ring is Pearwood.
Oh,
Is
there
it?
we go. We got a skating rink right across the street. You can send your kids over
We're
there.
forbidden to go there, though.
Why is that? What y'all do?
Because so many of our employees have been drinking and then gone skating and
Injury.
have been hurt.
Yeah, that.
And needed time off of work. So Chris won't let us go.
Chris won't
there.
let you go. I skated for the first time in probably about 20 years. I mean, skating parties in elementary school, we used to do those, right? So, I don't know, like 20.
I was always the kid hugging the wall.
Yeah, I would get a little bit of rhythm going, but then if you had to stop, that's where things went awry. It's like if I keep going, I'm fine. If I have to stop, well, then that's. But I figure if I just don't stop, can't stop, won't stop, then it's fine. But then eventually you do have to stop. But then hopefully your momentum.
Just takes you right into the wall.
I was like the
Yeah.
rollerblading queen when I was a kid, and then as an adult, I tried it, and I got pushed by like some 8-year-old kid. It was a defining moment in my life.
So rollerblading, or I'm talking about quad, old school roller skates.
Yeah, no, I could never do that. I don't know why. That was like harder for me.
What are y'all doing? What time does the skate place open?
I mean, we're friends with the manager over there. Josh.
Yeah, he's a regular.
Yeah, he's a regular here.
Okay.
So
Well, we should.
call him up. Hey, can you open up real quick?
Yeah, we're gonna do some sprints. We gotta get. Yeah.
Go practice with a roller derby team.
Do the hokey pokey. Remember they always used to make you do that?
Yes, and limbo.
I never wanted to turn myself around.
You shouldn't, but it is what it's all about.
True.
So, I mean,
Should be open-minded.
you should be. I mean, that's life. It's what it's all about. You know.
Y'all are great.
Okay. Anything else that we need? I guess Chris he's deep.
We're also coming up on our 4-year anniversary in March.
Really?
Yeah,
Man.
crazy, right?
It is crazy.
Time goes by fast when you're making beer.
Seriously.
But yeah, it'll be we just kind of started planning it, so it's probably going to be that first weekend in March. It'll probably be a 3-day celebration. So we're going to have different things going on each day.
we doing refills?
It'll be
Okay.
a good time. I'll say that.
Okay. You know what? Here's what we'll do. As Chris goes to get refills, we'll wrap up this episode here, and then what? Y'all have time to do like just a few minutes of bonus
Yeah.
little bonus
I'm down.
coverage
Let's
for
do
our
it.
Oh, for sure.
Patreon subscribers, like think of some things that you want to put out there but not all the way, like that are exclusive. We have some very prominent but exclusive listeners on Patreon.
Okay.
So this is just to wet the whistle. If
Like
you
name the. I guess we can't do that.
can't name them,
No.
but it's
But if you go to Patreon,
patreon.com/InterBrews, and you help support the show, you'll get to hear the exclusive audio, and you too will get whatever exclusive content and information we put out there. Look at that. It's got a. You know what? I'm going to save that. There's a head on that.
there is.
That's pretty awesome. Okay. Well, you know what? There's so much sign language going on. So we'll wrap it here, and then we'll come back with some exclusive content. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Let's do
Okay,
it.
let's do that. All right. So for Kriss, who's manning the bar, and Bianca and Caleb, everybody come to BAKFish, and you heard the taproom hours every day.
Pretty much every day.
Pretty much every day.
We have food trucks.
Can we do an over and out when we close out?
Yeah,
And we have food trucks here like Tuesday through Sunday.
Tuesday through Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So we got food and beer covered.
New beers all the time. Pilot system, Wonderment, all the good stuff. So, Kriss, we're about to do some exclusive content.
Ooh.
That's the reaction I was looking for. All right, so for Kriss and Bianca and Caleb, I'm Josh. Thank you, one and all, for listening to this episode of InterBrews.
This is InterBrews.
Here's the reminder. Go to that Patreon page so you can hear all the really, really juicy stuff. Okay, bye, everybody.
The preceding has been a presentation of Stewed Productions.